If you like what you watch, then don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates on The More Show. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for new weekly television and radio shows.
Hello, my guests on the show now are Nick Stoppani and Deborah Grantham. Their paranormal television programme, Extreme Hauntings, visits locations around the UK that other investigators and members of the clergy have avoided. Let's have a taster.
I'm okay coming into the town.
You alright? What's happened? Are you alright, Nick? Nick? You alright, love? Nick, calm down, Nick, calm down, love. Don't be frightened. Listen. Nick, something's attacked Nick.
Can you get Nick some water?
You're alright, Nick. Nick, right, love. Nick.
The Extreme Hauntings team has specifically chosen locations with a terrifying history of often aggressive paranormal activity. Nick and Deborah, welcome to the show.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello,
It's
Kevin.
an honour to have you both on here. Just tell us a bit about yourselves first.
I was working at a theatre in the centre of England, can't say where, and I was working on panto.
Right.
And I love pantomime. It's
Yeah.
the energy and it's just a great atmosphere. During a show, I was doing follow spots, and I had a cue stand, and all of a sudden, and I swear it on my family's life, the cue stand, during the performance, flew across the auditorium.
Wow.
And that was my first ever experience of anything paranormal. And from that moment then, I was hooked.
And yourself, and Deborah, how did you first?
Oh gosh,
Wow.
starting out really, I suppose I've been a psychic medium all my life really.
Yeah.
But basically, I suppose about 15 years ago, became professional and studied under some of the greatest mediums that I know at the Arthur Findlay College in London. And just been working. I now work as a psychic medium teacher, so we do workshops. And this sort of thing, you know, coming into Extreme Hauntings, you know, it is something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, so how did you both meet then to come on this production?
Oh, this is hilarious. I mean,
Rather strange,
even this
yeah.
I find fascinating.
Yeah.
I took a photo of my little boy whilst I was visiting my mother's house.
Right.
And they've got a chaise longue in the bathroom, and I stuck my little boy Cooper on the chaise longue and just taking a few photos with my mobile phone.
Yep.
Didn't realise until I got back home and I uploaded the photos to the computer that there was something a little bit odd on one of the photos.
Right.
And there was a face, Kevin. There was a face. And I don't know if you can see it on screen, but...
Yeah, we'll just put a picture up now
definitely.
on the screen. It's okay. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. There is a face on the picture.
Yeah.
I didn't realise, but Deborah was on my Facebook at the time, but I've never spoken to her, never messaged her or anything. She was just a friend. I knew she was a medium. So there she was on chat. So I said to her, Deb, do us a favour, have a look at this photo. And the word she gave me was, that's Elsie. And Elsie is my grandmother, who I've never met.
Incredible.
Now, some people might say that's a coincidence or what, but she also gave me the name George, because I think you said there was two different type of energies.
Yeah, because I think just before you came on the show, you also linked up with a makeup artist as well. You linked up with her grandfather, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So these things do happen all the time. I mean, you must be. Obviously, you can meet anyone, can't you? And sort of, if the connection's there, and if they want to come through, they use you as a conduit. Is that?
Yes, that's right.
Incredible. And so, let's just link up to the shot we just saw to establish this show. Tell us a bit about the shot we saw there.
Well, the main shot with the attack, and if it's a call, I've just been told to call it an attack because. Would you call it an attack, Deb?
Yes. Yes.
So this was something. This was something that happened to you while filming.
That's right. We was in on a canal, the Grand Union Canal, heading south in a village called Blisworth, and there's a Blisworth Tunnel, which is, I'd say, about 1.5 miles long. Takes 45 minutes to travel through the full length of the tunnel.
Very dark.
Yeah.
And halfway through the tunnel, all of a sudden, there was the most disgusting smell. And it was so apparent you could take, it was disgusting, Kevin. It was vile. I felt that I'd been pushed over and I was literally that far away from my face going on 2 metal posts.
Right.
Sticking up.
So again, as you called it, extreme hauntings, this could have been very extreme in one case. You could have been seriously injured.
Yes.
So, because I mean, that's the thing with your production. You're not going after the sort of gentle sort of problems. You're going after extreme locations with extreme hauntings. And so with yourself, Deborah, is that something you're happy with doing? I mean, obviously you're opening up doors here that could be quite dangerous. Would you say, or
yes, it can be. But you know, what I feel like you get a lot of teams going out and not playing at it, but they're not protecting themselves properly. And I would like to sort of go out there and say, right, okay, what is the most extreme places? And making sure that you are protected and your belief in, you know, that whatever it is that you believe in, there's only one energy as far as I'm concerned. And we're protected by that sort of white energy. Okay. And, you know, I've done it before. I've done it time and time again. I've sort of protected myself and the team.
Right. I mean, with these extreme cases, I mean, obviously you don't have to go out in the dark and film these, do you? I mean,
of course you don't.
I mean, a lot of these sort of ghost hunters, it's always in the dark. Well, what, do ghosts only just come out in the dark then, or?
No, they don't. And you know, it can be, you know, wherever it is. But I just think really sometimes when it's more quieter around, energies do come out, especially the dark energies. They do like it being dark. Don't ask me why. I have no idea.
So you're saying there are darker energies out there?
There is light and day. You know, there is. You've got to have the light and the dark, and of course there is. But I don't. You know, I don't believe. I believe everybody crosses over. Everybody crosses over. You know, to the other side when we pass. It's those who choose not to that they stay earthbound.
And why do they choose not to?
Because they're evil sometimes. You know, they choose to
stay
here.
But if they've come from a loving source, then surely that source would want them to reintegrate back in again. I mean, if you're calling them evil, maybe they've just lost their way. I mean,
yeah, if they have lost their way, this is another thing. If they are lost and they can't find, and they've suddenly started doing these sort of nasty things, then we can give them a choice to show them how to.
Do you think a lot of these souls that don't move on, in your opinion, do you feel that they've had a pretty hard time here, or they've committed acts of atrocity down here, or?
Some have. Some are just, you know, I don't understand it. I haven't got that sort of mind of why somebody is that evil, or you know, would like to. You know, I don't understand.
So when presenting this show, then, okay, so you're looking after the crew, you're connecting with the spirits, and yourself, Nick. Then obviously you're the presenter for the show.
That's right.
But what's this done for your belief in all these subjects? Because I mean, okay, you've had the book thrown at you, or what you mentioned before, but where's it taken your belief on all this?
I'm still 50-50, Kevin. You know, I've had things done to me that could make your toes curl. You know, I really have. And I think I mentioned when we met a few years ago that the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my life, and this is visual, was a place in the ancient Ram Inn in Gloucestershire, was a flame coming out of a table. And it was there, Kevin, and not only myself saw it, the medium who I was working with at the time.
Right, okay.
And the funny thing is, we was in a room called the Witch's Room. You know, whether it's our own...
you couldn't ask for the better name,
I can promise you, Kevin, hand on my heart, that I saw a flame come out of a literally 2 seconds.
But just I mean, okay, so when we talk about the paranormal here, we're talking about the ghost huntings and everything, but is there more subjects that you've sort of investigated that's opened your mind up into the paranormal, or is it just the sort of ghost hauntings that you've sort of looked at?
Well, for me, it's the negative, dark energy that we want to get out there.
Yeah.
You know, we want to share. Because a lot of people are affected and they don't realise that it might be to do with spirit energy.
So you're saying a lot, and what's your point of view on that, Deborah? I mean, would you share that?
Yes, I just feel like, you know, there is a lot of, you know, things said about dark energies and being frightened. And the more energy that you get, and you know, we start talking about something, of course everybody starts getting jumpy and behind me, and is that noise? And it has to be proven. You know, this is where I want to try and prove that yes, you know, we have got this light. Yes, we have got this table moving across the floor. We have got bangs. We have got people being affected. And, you know.
Well, in your show then, but then we're talking the dark side here. Is there any sort of lighter side that you come across sometimes that are just malevolent?
I mean, Kevin, we wouldn't, if we came across a nice, happy spirit,
it should be lovely.
We would not, you know, not use that because, it's evidence.
Right.
You know,
we're going to places where we can, you know, link into people and hopefully give evidence, you know, get names and evidence of these people who have been here.
And do you plan as well to help people? I mean, if they've got an extreme haunting in their house, obviously, where do they go sometimes?
Kevin,
I mean,
it's unbelievable the amount of people that I've met who have experienced negative energy in their home, and it's almost destroyed their family life.
Yeah.
And if we can, even if we can just help one family, Kevin, you know. It's worthwhile. It really is.
Yeah, and it's also doing what you both love to do as well. You can't forget that. I mean, this is what you both want to do.
Let's not forget that for me doing this whole project, I am learning every single day.
Yeah.
You know, Debs is teaching me new things. Different people that I meet along the way, they're teaching me new things.
Yeah.
And hopefully, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to learn.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not perfect.
No.
I'm not a medium.
Well, I don't think none of us are perfect, are we? And perhaps that's what you've just touched on there, the learning side. Perhaps that's what we're here to do. What do you think, Debs?
This is how we've got to learn. We're here in a physical life to learn and pass lessons again, and we go back over. This is my belief. You know, this is what I believe. I believe I've been here before, and I'm sure I'll come back again at some point. But you know, it does concern me that we're just talking about this dark side, the extreme hauntings. It's not about that. I respect spirit,
of course.
You know, I really do. I've got my guides around me, and I respect the people out there who are frightened of these extreme hauntings. And if we can come forward and try and help those people, then, you know, I've done it in many places.
Absolutely, and as it was what you touched on before as well. It's helping people, and it's bringing closure to some of the problems that they've got at home. Some of these people would never come forward to the normal church on this.
Exactly, they don't want to speak out about it.
Exactly. So no, you're both doing a really great job. So. Okay, well, we're going to take a break there, so stay tuned from myself, and there'll be more from Nick and Deborah after the break.
Visit themoreshow.co.uk/shop to purchase products and services from your favourite past guests. If you're new to this site, you can also catch up on the previous television and radio shows through YouTube and the More Show website.
Welcome back. For those who have just joined us, I'm here with the team of Extreme Hauntings, Nick Stoppani and Deborah Grantham. Well, thank you both for joining us again.
Hi.
Hello. Now, I wanted to ask you both before the break about EVPs. Now, you both have some experience in EVPs, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. I went to a disused airfield in a place called Corby, which is, again, Northamptonshire.
Yeah.
And it was a freezing cold night, Kevin, at that time.
It was.
It really was.
Yeah.
And we were just filming, as you do, just checking it out.
Yeah.
Nothing serious. It wasn't until post-production that we heard a voice saying, "Where's the rag doll?"
Right, okay.
And this is a clear, and I've spoken to people who investigate in EVPs, and they said it is absolutely gold dust.
And just so for the audience, EVP, electronic voice phenomena, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so should we just hear that clip just right now? So,
definitely,
So here it is.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see if we can get those ones back on there.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see if we can get those ones back on there.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see if we can get those ones back on there.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see if we can get those ones back on there.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see if we can get those boxes back on there.
Okay, and it does sound like Where's the Ragdoll, doesn't it?
Yeah, Where's the Ragdoll?
Where's the Ragdoll, right, okay. And where could this voice have come from then? I mean, where do you think it could have come from, Debs?
I've picked up voices, EVPs, or teams have, that I've heard, but I've only heard what I call direct voice from the world of spirit once, and I was actually standing in the room with a medium who was sitting for physical, and a voice just came. It was a most amazing voice, and I will never forget it. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever heard.
So when you connect with someone's deceased relative, for example, is it thoughts that come into your head? Is it voices, images?
There's two ways of saying things. Normally as mediums you can be working and what we call subjectively and objectively.
Yeah.
And obviously objectively is within the room, so I'll be seeing a spirit energy sort of standing over there. Or subjectively is within, and I feel their energy linked to mine. And normally I link over. Whenever you see me working, I'll be linking back and listening. Yeah. And it comes from within.
Yeah, because one of the energies we were just talking about during the break was the energy of you connecting with myself, and I did kind of feel something there. It was kind of strange. But do you want to show us a demonstration, because you did pick up, like I said before the break, on a makeup artist. So if we're just going to come through now and just bring.
Have you got a necklace or something, darling? I don't need. It'll just show you. I'm not going to link to the person that I linked with her.
No.
Because it's only a recent passing.
Yeah.
But thanks, darling. And really, this is what we call dowsing, and it's our energy that comes through my hands when I'm healing.
Right.
So I'm a spiritual healer as well.
Yep.
But this is what we use. Normally, you'd have to use a crystal. A lot of people use crystals.
Sure.
But this is just, a little bit just to show you.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And if I need answers or things, then it will use it. But spirits sometimes talk through them as well. But this is from my hands themselves. I'm going to take my ring off. I'm just going to ask it. So this is not mine. This is Chris's thing. And before I've started, I've asked it to go up and down, and it's already starting to go.
Right.
And it's just amazing how you can use your own energy. So I'm asking it to stop now. And I'll ask it to go from side to side.
And can you use this energy to look for answers in certain things?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So a lot of healers will
So
use.
Stop. Yeah, it's just, this is what, when I'm asking, circle, please. So it'll go round, it'll go wherever it wants to go. It'll get larger and larger if I just leave it to go. And then ask it to stop again, please. And then anti-clockwise, please. That's me moving my energies around. So it's asking me to do something. I'm talking to my guide, my energy here. It's my higher self that is telling me this.
Okay, you mentioned a guide. You've got a guide? Do you use
Yes,
a guide?
I do have a guide.
Do you need a guide?
You don't need a guide. Well, we all need a guide. We've all got guides and angels that watch over us. Some people know who they are, some people don't. But I do. I know some of my guides that I work with.
Right. And do you believe in the higher self and the guys that Deborah's working with?
I do.
I hope you
to
do.
a certain extent, because can I say the recent tragedies in Japan? I was invited to Deborah's trance night that she does, and am I right in saying it's White Buffalo who is your?
Well, I've got a few guides, but
got a few,
White Buffalo
right,
came through. He's my
And
highest guide.
he did say, Kevin, about earthquakes and things will be happening in the next few months, and this was literally a couple of months before.
But don't you think,
a couple
though,
of weeks, wasn't it? A couple of weeks before.
As a medium, Debs, there's some massive earth changes going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
And there's, you've got the Middle East uprisings. I mean,
This was
what's
the first time that he spoke about this was 2008 when he came through, and he said, if I can remember rightly, something about the Earth, Mother Earth is cleaning herself. She's changing the energies round, and everybody's getting into panic about 2012 and all these things. But if you think about it, how much the Earth has changed. We had the Ice Age, and then of course it's going to change. We're evolving, but for some reason it's moving quite quickly, and it's to do with us humans as well.
So what's it changing into?
It's just changing. I mean, it'll change because we've changed it. We've changed the ice and that. So now with global warming, you know, it is going to be changing, and then the Earth's going to be moving, and so that means the water's moving
Right.
and rising.
So do you think then that there's a conscious shift going on?
I think so.
Is it like a, I don't know, do you class it really like a rewiring?
Hopefully, that's what I see it as. That's what I see it as. Whether we're going to get this right or not, I don't know.
Right, okay.
But,
Well, I don't believe in our lifetime we will ever know the actual
we
truth.
won't.
No.
I honestly, I don't. I just
No,
don't.
so you
There's
think
so much out there, Kevin.
There is. So, and with doing these this extreme hauntings, obviously, like you said before, you're never going to get down to what is a
No.
truth. It's just a truth to yourself.
Yeah, it's our own belief, and all we can base it on is our own experiences, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Well, Deborah just obviously demonstrated with the pendulum there. But I mean, have you seen things like orbs, for example, appear in pictures? I mean,
yeah.
has that been more proof for you? Or?
Definitely. I mean, for example, I mentioned earlier about the ancient Ramin. We was there, we took some photos, and the orbs were just amazing.
Incredible, yeah.
You know, and can I mention Clop Hill, the church in Clop Hill in Bedfordshire, which is a very
Yeah, tell us
negative
about
energy.
it. Yeah.
You, what happened there with you?
Oh, I was gone up with the team, and because I can see energies and what goes on, we were sort of starting just going back into the church, and it was just getting dark. So why this happens, I don't know. And I'd just seen this dark energy shift around the side of the church, and I was like, "Oh, get out!"
Yeah.
So they all, but it's ruined, so you can still see in. And they all come and stood outside, and the cameraman was just coming in one of the other doors, and I said to him, "Come round here, Trev, come round here," and he did. And I said, "There's something in there. Just watch it." So they all started sort of taking stills, pictures and all that. And as they started taking, I saw this energy straight in front of Trevor's face, and I just shouted, "Trevor, it's in front of you." And then also you heard this slap, and he got slapped around the side of the face and knocked to the floor.
So it was actually put on the floor.
It was, absolutely real slap.
severe.
I mean, it's there. You can see it.
What did you think of that, Nick, when that happened? I mean,
I wasn't actually
Nick
there.
wasn't at that one,
Oh,
unfortunately.
right, okay.
But I've been to Clop Hill, this St Mary's Church,
Yeah.
and a lot of negative things
You
go
can
on
feel
there.
it, can you, when you
Oh,
go
It's
there?
a shame. It's
beautiful.
a beautiful
It is.
church. It would have been beautiful when it's been there for I don't know how many centuries. I don't know, but because there has been, I think, satanic rites been done inside.
Right, so there's a lot of
and-
past stuff that's been done there.
You know, there's graffiti all inside on the stones. It's so sad, but you know, those energies do come out. I did actually go in. I protected myself and went in and got massive orbs, but real colours of green and red, trying to batter. I could feel them trying to batter my energy as I was standing there.
That's right,
So,
okay. I mean, there's some other sort of key sort of hauntings that you've done as well in the past, Nick, isn't there, for this show? Woodford Church, I think have we mentioned that one?
Yeah, Woodford Church. That was really interesting, actually. There was a lady called Joyce, a lovely lady, and I laughed because my cameraman, who's been following us around, he had a bit of a thing for her. But we won't go into that on this show. But no, Joyce, she used to be like a caretaker of the church.
Okay.
And she saw like a monk figure type thing, just kneeling down, and this was caught on film, on camera, and you can see it absolutely. It's clear as day. It's there, but also, which I found quite interesting. She said once she was just looking up the church on her way home, she saw what she believed to be a spirit in modern day clothes. So I'm not too sure, but we did a little investigation there.
Yeah.
Nothing audible arrived. It was okay, but you know.
But what's all this say about our perception of reality then? I mean, are you crazy to be seeing this, or are you looking for things that aren't there?
Oh, we're all crazy, aren't
Oh,
we,
we're all
darling?
cra-
We're all
we're all a bit
crazy.
Who's to say, Kevin?
Yeah, what's
what is
normal?
there? What is there?
Yeah.
You know, what have you experienced?
I've experienced many strange things, and
You know,
I
are
suppose
you
it took us on a
50-50
journey.
now?
Yeah.
I am much more 50-50 than I used to be, absolutely.
Yeah.
But for yourselves, though, where does, I mean, when we just spoke there about seeing those figures in what seem to be, distant memories, is that saying that there's no such thing as time as we understand it then?
There isn't. In the spirit realm, there is no time. Now, people can't get their head around that, but there isn't time, so they can jump from one to the other and come and see us in 2 seconds and be in Scotland in the next second. And this is what my guides tell me. This is what I understand, that there is no time.
Right. So to wrap this up, then, how can people get on the show? Is there a way that they can come and be approaching the show? Is there a website?
We're looking for mediums to take part, aren't we, Debs? We're looking for mediums, and if you want to just explain briefly what we're looking for.
Yeah, really.
The website.
I'm very excited about it, really. I mean, if there are, what I'm looking for, because I know out there that there's many fantastically talented psychics, mediums, psychic artists.
Right.
Anybody like that who would be interested in coming on the show and working with us. Please contact us.
Right. And is there a website, just very quickly, just the website?
Yeah, it's extremehauntings.co.uk.
Right, well, thank you very much for joining us both today. To find out more about our guests today, including the team from Extreme Hauntings, visit my website, themoreshow.co.uk, or join our Facebook group to get the latest updates on upcoming guests. So until next time, thanks for watching. Thank you very much. It's very... Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Visit themoreshow.co.uk/shop to purchase products and services from your favourite past guests. If you're new to this site, you can also catch up on the previous television and radio shows through YouTube and the More Show website.